Okay guys, so this is going to be really hard for me to film, so I apologize if it seems really weird. I have a tripod in hand with a mount clamp light on the tripod, so this is going to be really hard to do. But, I'm going to do it anyways. So, start at the very top here. We got Naruto, actually no we don't, we have Hellsing, and we have High School of the Dead on Blu-ray. They are some of my only Blu-rays. I have 4 anime. The other ones are actually right here in the corner. Freaking shoved and wedged in there holding this shelf up, I swear to God. And that is Persona 4, the animation, but we'll get there in a second. We're going to put these actually to the side. The next is all, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 box sets of the original Naruto. That is complete, even with the filler, because for $11 a piece, I was not gonna just buy the one, and that is also said for a few things here. Next, actually being Bleach. I bought box set 1 for normal price, 20 bucks, and I watched a bit of it, and I'm not a huge fan of the anime. But when I found the rest of the box sets for about $11 a piece, I bought the rest of them because they're cheap, and why not? So, next is some of the Ghibli stuff I have here. It's Princess Mononoke, My Neighbor Totoro, which is the Fox version, not the Disney, I guess, release. I don't know if it's the same dub and everything, but it is the original release of that movie. And then My Castle in the Sky, which is, and I'm going to report this, the only bootleg in my entire collection, and I did not buy it knowing it was a bootleg. Pissed me off. There's a lot of reasons how I know it's a bootleg. I won't be able probably to show you here, but if we zoom the camera, maybe it'll focus and I actually might be able to show you how I know it's a bootleg. Okay, so let me just see here. Featured Spirited Away. There's a few other ones on here where it's just awfully translated, and that's supposed to be shiny, that sticker there, and it's not even a sticker. It's just all-rounded awful bootleg, and I got my money back, and I actually bought another film here, which we'll get there in a second. But the next is Orieti, and you're probably thinking, hey, that color's wrong. I bought the DVD, it was a black and white printout, I got it cheap, I printed out the thing, and I ran out of ink, so yay, my efforts suck. Next is Spirited Away, or Spirited Away in some languages, and I'm not a huge fan of this movie. I can't get through it. I remember I watched it as a kid, and I was forced to watch it. I'm not sure if I had to watch it in English and French, because I'm Canadian, and we had French school, kind of, sort of. Don't read into that kind of thing. And we watched that every Friday. We had a movie. It was movie day, so yeah. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I got it cheap. It's kind of expensive. Most Ghibli films are expensive films. Oh, don't fall, Naruto. You've already hurt me once today. Fun fact, I've already recorded this before, and I injured myself within 5 minutes. I might actually show that clip now. And if I didn't, that was really awkward, and I apologize. So the next is the manga entertainment release of Castle Cagliostro. It's a really good film, but listen and listen close. If you're going to want to see this film, implore you? Whatever. I tell you now to get this version. There's 2 dubs. One is dubbed by, I think his name is Sonny Strait, I don't know. He is Usopp, and he's also Krillin, and I think he's a pretty damn good voice actor for Usopp anyways. But as Lupin, I'm not a fan of it. But this dub has a little-known voice actor by the name of David Hayter. Now, if half of you just jumped up and screamed and shit your pants, then you know who David Hayter is. The other half will not know, and he is the voice for Solid Snake from the Metal Gear Solid series. Sure, just imagine Solid Snake as Lupin III, and you have Castle Cagliostro, or however you say this movie. And it's also technically a Ghibli film, and it's really good. Next are the 2 kind of rare Evangelion movies, which I have not seen. I need to actually watch Evangelion first. Don't kill me, I know. And that is Evangelion Death and Rebirth, and Evangelion The End of an Evangelion. These movies actually are kind of goddamn expensive sometimes. I got somehow super lucky, and when I bought the Perfect Collection, the guy threw these in for free. And I got the Perfect Collection for 50 bucks. Yeah, amazing deal, was amazing. So yes, I haven't actually seen them yet. But what I have seen is the, oh my god, everything falling, is the Evangelion Rebuild films, which are the retelling and in some people's eyes the actual sequel to Evangelion. All it is, it's the story of Evangelion retold. They added a new character, all the voice acting. Some of the voice acting is actually different, some of it's all redone, the animation's new. It's not like some of the, how can I explain it? I don't have a really good example, but it's not like a movie where it's just summing the show up and it's using the same footage like some of the Madoka movies and some of the One Piece movies. It's actually all new, redone, everything redone, new characters, and some of it's just different, and it's kind of good. But I am not a fan of mech anime, so some people might think these are the greatest films ever made, but in my eyes, I don't think so. But they are quite good, and I should pre-order maybe 3.33, because that's coming out in English soon, and I'm kind of interested. Get in there, you vile beast. Get in there. So, next is a movie that I think a huge chunk of the anime community know, and if you don't, it's, I think, legally free to watch. Everything is Falling on YouTube. I could be wrong. I think Manga Entertainment's put it on YouTube for free. But I implore you to get a Blu-ray copy because, my god. But this is Redline. Let me just fix this. Redline is an anime movie that was, it took 10 years to make. And it's all hand-drawn, and it's a drag. Imagine Speed Racer on crack. That's his hair. But it's really good, and I recommend going to see that if you can. Let me just put that up there. So next is Pebbler 2, the movie. Have not seen it. I got it for $2 the other day. Perfect Blue, which I think everyone who has heard or seen Serial Experiments Lain should get, because the main girl, it's about a girl, it's basically the Black Swan. This is where Black Swan came from. Without Black Swan, without this movie, Black Swan wouldn't have existed. It's the same concept, girl, dancer, singer, turning into a thing, dark stuff happening, crazy stuff, but whatever. The main voice actor is Lain, and she kind of looks like Lain. I think it's the same animation studio, that could be wrong, and it feels like a sequel to Lain, like if Lain grew up and got raped while doing singing and dancing. It's kind of interesting. And once again, Manga Entertainment has released it. Sure, yes. The next is the Final Fantasy movies. Not much to say. Spirits Within is utter shit, and if you haven't actually heard of Spirits Within, there's a good reason for that. And the next one is Final Fantasy Event Children. Yeah, let me just give me 1 second. I'm trying to get my drink. Yes, Avant Children, which is one of the most prettiest pieces of shit you can watch. There's cool action fights, and everyone's jumping around, and it looks really nice, and there's no story. For some reason, Sephiroth comes back for no reason, because he's summoned by his brothers who aren't brothers, and there's a fight, and the dubbing, none of the dubbing matches up because it's CG, so all the mouthing was perfectly made for the Japanese voices. But in English, it's just like, what the hell are you doing? And there's also some really weird lines, like shilly shally willy wally or something like that. And it's just not that great. But if you're a fan of Final Fantasy VII, well, you've already downliked the video, and I'm sorry, it's not that great. But next is the Resident Evil Degeneration, which is okay. It's a lot better than some of the Resident Evil live-action films. That's for damn sure. Probably, actually all of them, probably. But it still has a lot of problems. But next is Steam Boy, done by the people who did Akira, which, This is a really cheap movie. You can get it for a couple dollars on Amazon, I think. Go get it right now. It's really good. And it has the voices of Patrick Stewart, something #1 or whatever, that guy from Star Trek. And it's a really, really good movie. And this director's cut, blah blah blah, extended, blah blah blah, I don't know, has a lot of how they made certain scenes where they have like the CG, then the animation, and on top of that animation, the second layer of animation, and like all this stuff, and it looks really, really cool in how they made the film. And it's basically, it's like, well, hell, Steam Boy, it's steampunk era kind of thing, and he flies around with steam near the end. So yes, it's really, really good, and it's quite cheap. I mean, like really, really cheap. So I recommend getting that. So yes, next is Verseal, which is it looks like the Final Fantasy VIII Advent Children, and it's bad. Paprika. Once again, if you like Perfect Blue, if you like Serial Experiments Lain, if you just want to just search this guy up, Satoshi Kon makes a lot of crazy psychological movies, and the theme right now, pause the video really quick, open up a new tab, search out Paprika theme, just listen to it. You're gonna be like, this is so weird, but it's so cool. So yeah. So I'm gonna just put this red line back because I didn't put that back. Next is Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. I have not seen it. I think it's just a butchered version of something. I think they took clips from Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 and like turned it into a film and took other things here and there. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Pokemon Wishmaker. I saw a chunk of it. I don't remember if it had Veronica Taylor? Is that her name? The original voice is Astronaut. I don't remember. That tells you how much I was invested into it. It wasn't really that great. Ghost in the Shell. Here's a service announcement, or whatever you want to call it. If you want to see the original Ghost in the Shell, do not buy 2.0. 2.0 is they like to call it an remastered version of Ghost in the Shell. Basically what they did is they added some of the worst, it's almost like Star Trek bad re-releasing. There's really bad CG moments in it, and it just doesn't look good at all. Go get the original, just the original. I think it's just her on the cover with her glasses, robotic looking. Don't get this version. Yeah, that's all I can say. Don't get this version. Next is Summer Wars, a movie where the guy basically went, hey, I want to make Digimon the movie again, so can I? And they're like, yeah, go for it. And he's like, cool, but you can't use Digimon. And he's like, damn it. How if I make these digital beings that are in like an internet kind of world, and they're like Facebook avatars, and they fight? Is that okay? And they're like, yeah, that sounds nothing like Digimon. He's like, sweet. So he made Summer Wars, and I have some problems with it. Mostly that whole card game that I don't understand. It's supposed to, there's a whole epic moment with this game to beat the boss kind of deal, and it's kind of does one of those like the power of friendship kind of endings, which I always hate in anything, which it does. So yeah, next is the Death Note rebuilds. Excuse me 1 second. The rebuilds are basically, if you want to watch Bleach in about 3 to 4 hours instead of spending 15 hours, then grab these. You do have certain big things cut, like the tennis game, but if you don't care about that, go get these. They kind of go up and down in price. I've seen them for 20 something. I got mine for $4 a piece on Amazon, brand new from Amazon. So yeah, just wait for Viz Media. Viz Media will do sales like a couple times a year, so just wait for one of their sales and pick it up. First Blood, I got this at work. It's like Russian Nazi. There's a little girl, and there's not much of a story. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. It's only an hour long. If you see it somewhere for literally dirt cheap, then pick it up. So yeah. Next is the Bleach the movie. Memories of Nobody. I have not seen it. I don't know anything about it, so I can't really talk about it. And next is the I need to probably buy. I'm gonna buy, I think, the movie collection that was just recently released. There is the Dragon Ball movies, Second Coming of Broly, which is actually one of the best movies. Fusion Reborn, which I don't remember, and then the Revenge of Cooler, which for some reason when I bought it, ooh, don't fall. Let me just open this up. Has Revenge and Second Coming of Broly. Yeah, I don't know, and trust me, it's not in there. I mean, well, it's in there. I have 2 copies now because of this whole weird error. So yeah, let me put those back. Actually, I'll put them back in 1 second. Next is the Naruto movies, Naruto Shippuden, Naruto Legends of the Stone Galley, and Guardians of the Crescent Moon. I think I've seen Crescent Moon once. Is that the one where he finishes the guy with a shotting gun or whatever? Not a shotting gun. What is it called? A Kamehameha? Is that the movie where he finishes it with a Kamehameha? Or is it that one? Or is it that one? Which one is he finishes the fight with a Kamehameha? I might be getting something wrong here. But yeah, I haven't really watched those because I'm not a really big fan of it, but I own them because I find them kind of cheap. So if you give me 1 sec, I'm just going to put my tripod down.